Bow, 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 bow. What's up, guys? Nothing like a nice cold glass of chocolate milk to accompany the trade recap. Let's go, motherfuckers. Let's replay straight into this shit. 2 trades today. 1 hit full TP, which is this first one. Second one hit first TP, stopped at a break even. Let's just go straight over them. Market opens up right here, coming into market open. Hopefully you can see that we're bearish. Once again, if you haven't already checked out my strategy video, make sure to go check that out. I dropped it a couple days ago. It's actually going crazy, so thank you guys so much for the support. With that being said as well, make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you are not already. Really helps me out and appreciate it, but let's get right back to it. Coming into market open, we are bearish. Once again, the 3-minute time frame is the only time frame that I am looking at right now with this new strat. Obviously, coming into open, we are very bearish. So let's go ahead and play it. First candle right here. Actually, I want to go ahead and play it right. Just that candle. Now, this opening candle, I actually was looking to take a short setup off of. I wasn't going to be bullish until we cracked around these highs, this high, and then, really ideally I wanted to see that high get broken to switch to a bullish bias, but we were short. Right here now, like I said, with this new strat, we don't have to wait for a specific time anymore to take a trade. We can just instantly go ahead and take one if we get the setup, and we did right here. Pullback candle right here, the candle right before open. Market opens right here. We wake all the way up. Come back out, down all the way here and close fully below our pullback candle. Now, this is a great setup for shorts. One, because we got that pullback. But what's one thing I always want to see? If we close below the low of that pullback candle, which is right there, I want to see the next candle come up just a little bit, in this case, about a little over 8 points to retest to fill. And we'll have our stop loss right there at that high. So right here, I went ahead and set a limit order for a trade setup to be right there to hopefully get filled on the next candle. Next candle comes, and it unfortunately comes literally 3.25 points away from getting filled, and this thing actually ended up going down to hit first TP. Would have got stopped out at break even right here. Now, right here, I actually did flip my bias to a long bias. So, unfortunately, we didn't get that set up, but whatever, we move on. Right here, I actually flipped my bias to a long bias. Now, I said in my strat video, or even just now, I said really that I kind of wanted us to get above this area to be bullish, right? And in my strat video, I kind of explained how I want us to... I'm not really looking to switch my bias unless we get above... we break more significant levels in the market, which, I would probably consider to be, probably about this area right here, right? However, I have really started to play a lot more with my intuition, as I also said in that video, and right here, I really liked a move up, not to mention that we also did technically create a high right there that we went ahead and broke above. Now, is that a significant level by any means? Absolutely not. However, just from my general market experience, I really did like a long setup here. I went ahead and checked out the 2-minute time frame. 2-minute looked great as well. Like I said, I don't really look at the other time frames too much in terms of actually executing an entry. Today I did. I just checked them out, right? It kind of just gave me added confluence, I guess. So right here, I consider this my pullback candle. The top of it was right there. This candle, then also, the same candle that I changed my bias on, we actually got a setup on right here. Same thing as over here, but just the opposite. So over here, we was a bearish setup. Right here, it was a bullish one. This was about a 20-point pullback right here. Actually, technically, that was maybe just over a 20-point pullback. Kind of in the moment, it looked like it was about to close just under, so I took it, set my order for right there to get filled on the next candle. We end up getting filled right there. We close. First TP hits right there. Full TP hits right there. So this was a super quick trade. This candle right here popped up 57 points on a 3-minute candle, which is just crazy. I think that was even a 1-minute pop. Yes, we got a pretty hefty amount of volume right there. It was kind of out of nowhere. It wasn't because of news, wasn't really because of anything. And kind of one thing Steph was saying earlier in VC when this trade actually happened, he was actually in longs right here as well. But a lot of people will see this, or even sometimes the old version of me, I guess I should say, would have seen this and been like, yeah, that was because of my strat. Like, I read that. I saw that coming. But the honest to God truth is, man, no one can tell you that fucking Drake candle is coming right there, bro. Right? No one can predict that is going to happen. I think this was a good setup, and I traded it because I got my setup, and it happened to play out in my favor, which was great. So that was the first trade. Now we're still having a bullish bias now, especially because we have now broke above this level right here, this right here. We've kind of tapped into this zone right around here. So now I'm kind of anticipating us to, probably just try to get above here and maybe continue this nice move up. Just took a quick gander at the higher time frames. Showed a little bit of rejection out of this area, which is something that I was keeping in mind. But according to my strat, I am still bullish, so I was still looking for a long setup. So we started to chop around right here. Now, I actually didn't flip bearish right here. Probably would have flipped bearish if we came right back down below here. So I was staying bullish. We have a pullback candle here. Let's see if we get a setup next 2 candles. And we do right there. So pretty much why I took this trade, and move that out of the way, was we had the top of our pullback candle was right there. This candle, remember, we want the pullback candle, then one of the next 2 candles to at least just wick above it. And if it closes a little below, like this is the most perfect setup that I can possibly have. Let's get that back there. So I instantly filled at the close of that candle since we wicked above, and then I got a better fill than I would have liked to, even just by a couple of points. Filled right there. Stop loss once again at the low. First TP is going to be a 1-to-1 RR. Second TP is going to be a 2-to-1 RR for a total of 125 points. So on that first trade, we actually caught a full TP of 93.5 points. This stop loss was just over 40 points, so we were half sized on this one, but still a great dub regardless. Any trade that hits full TP really is going to be a good dub. Anyway, we're in a little bit of drawdown in this trade. Nearly got stopped out. I did think we were going to get stopped down here, if I'm going to be completely honest, but then we ended up pumping up. Hit first take profit right there for a total of 62 points. But once again, this was a half-size trade since our stop loss was over 40 points. So I was only in this trade with 2 micros. Trimmed 1 micro there. I think it was maybe about a $150 trim or something like that. We ended up popping up more right here. Now, right here, I was so confident, especially after this candle on the 3-minute, that we were going to pop up. I mean, look how close. At the top of this wick, we were 14 or 15 points away from hitting full TP on a 125-point trade. Unfortunately, man, nothing you can do about it. We did end up getting stopped out at break even on that thing. But, however, that is still a dub. So we took 2 dubs today. It was a great day, my best day of the week so far. And I actually was right on the week coming into today, and now I am up slightly, which is amazing. And hopefully we can finish out strong tomorrow. And if we have a good day tomorrow, we'll end up pretty good on the week. And that's what it is all about, man. Guys, it's just following your setup, trusting your intuition, trusting your market experience. That's really it, man. One thing I've started to learn, especially as of recently, I've been the most consistent of, been getting payouts, just been really locked in mentally on the charts, all things of that nature. Trading really is easier than you think. Like trading, once you get to this point, it's easy. I literally was talking to Habibi the other day, and I was telling him, like, I literally see the chart differently than I used to. Like, I look at pictures back from a couple years ago when I would take pictures of the charts or take pictures on my phone of my trades and stuff. And I remember how I would look at the chart then and how I look at the chart now. And it is so completely different. And I don't know exactly how to put it into words. But when I look at the chart now, I feel like I am able to analyze it differently and understand it properly. And maybe, I don't think that's even the right words, but I'm just able to see it differently. And that has what has allowed me to have been so consistent recently and been getting payouts, which is, it's amazing. It's obviously the whole goal this whole time. But now it's like, now that I've started kind of to get paid out and I've started to kind of break out of that break-even phase that I was in for a really long time, I realized, man, the reason that trading was, I was just, I was kind of unprofitable, or for what I was stuck in kind of this break-even phase for so long. I was just overcomplicating shit. And I wasn't putting in enough hours, to be completely honest. It's something we talk about in the VC. I wasn't taking it seriously enough. I wasn't backtesting enough. I didn't really have a set strat. Like, if you don't have a set strat, bro, and you're just winging shit, you need to change that immediately. You can do that by backtesting, live testing, live trading on the demo account. That's exactly what I did to find out a strat that works. Hopefully, it's been working for me so far, so I'm just going to stick with it. And yeah, guys, you need to know exactly what your strategy is, exactly what you're looking for. It's perfectly fine if you rely on, part of your tuition. I think you absolutely should. It's something that Steph preaches as well. That just comes with market experience, but you also need to have the technical side of things as well. And you need to be just emotionally unattached from the charts, which is something I talked about in my trade recap the other day. Trading has been great. Trading has been easy, guys. One thing that I would recommend is just, your risk management has been the biggest thing that I saw instant improvement on when I really locked in with my risk management. I trade this strategy with 2 to 4 micros per trade, right? That's literally nothing. 2 to 4 micros per trade, and I'm averaging 6 to 7, sometimes even $800 weeks. There was 1 week while I was backtesting that was up over 1,200. If I end tomorrow pretty well, I'll be up a pretty decent amount on the week as well. This is my, last week I ended up a decent amount as well. So it's just like, I don't know, man. The thing is, like, I feel like I've come so far in my trading journey, but I feel like everything has there's so many things that I feel like I can't even explain. It just changes in your mind over time. And it is annoying because, as kind of someone who wants to help you guys in your trading journey, it's annoying for me because it's like there's things that have happened, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, they just do. And and it's confusing because everyone who is super profitable has told me these same things. They're like, it's not necessarily that one day it just clicks, but like, one day it kind of does, in a sense, but not in a sense that you're just like, oh, this is what I have to do to be profitable. You kind of just realize it was just me the whole time that was making this hard for myself. It's simple, guys. It's not easy, but it is simple. That made no fucking sense, but hey, man, I'm trying my best. And I hope you guys are too. And I really love you guys. The support lately has been awesome. Once again, make sure to like the video and subscribe. That was a whole bunch of yapping, but I truly believe in you guys. And as someone who has, recently kind of really started to break out of their break-even phase in trading, and I'm really starting to see the upside potential in this for myself, it's an amazing feeling. If you're on the verge of giving up, or you're losing, take a step back and trust the process, because it feels fucking great once you get here, and I'm not even fully there yet. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.